All right, here we go. 1 2 1 2. How is everyone feeling today? It is Wednesday, April 29th. We got 2 more days left of April, and we're going to be going into May. I'm very excited about today's guest that I have. And like I said, I was going to start bringing guests on board, and I'm very excited about this opportunity because not only is she a good friend, she's a mentee of mine, and we've been friends for a very, very long time. And I'm very excited to be bringing her on board because not only is she a real estate investor, she's an entrepreneur, and she is the Latina CEO of Capital Prime Venture Inc. And I want to welcome Zaida Ramos on my show today. So you're the first show, so let me get you on board here. Zaida, how are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Oh my God, let me turn off the music over here. It's like a party back here, you know?
I heard it.
So very excited because honestly, you're the first guest on my show. This is like truly my weekly show that we do every week, and I was kind of scrambling because I have a whole list of people that I want to bring on board, and I'm like, you know what, I might as well just use one of my friends and mentees and my little sister as my guinea pig. So why not?
I'm
right?
the guinea pig.
You're the guinea pig.
What
so,
else is new?
Oh my God! So hold on for a second. Let me check here really quick because I want to make sure that we got our comments ready. Okay. Anyways, it's not showing on our comments. Normally, I'll be watching the Facebook channel. If you go to your Facebook, you'll be able to share it. It should show that we're live now, and you can share that with all your friends. You can go on there and then share it, and and then your friends should be able to see all of that, and then we're gonna start. I mean, it's gonna get recorded, and then people can jump back on board later on. It'll be on my YouTube channel as well. Can you hear me clearly over there too?
Yeah, okay. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect. Hey, got to give credit to your son. Your son came in and saved the event here. You know, Junior's off the hook. Junior is off.
I know.
The hook. He's a little wizard. He had both computers going. So anyhow, so the point of the show is the point of the show is I want to reach out to the network, the mass network that I have. You've been now with me. What is it? We're going on 2.5 years probably. When we were at the office in downtown San Jose, that was end of 2008, all of two, or was it all of 8? It was all not 8, 2018 and 19.
Right.
Man, no. Yeah, we've been almost together 3 years. So it was like end of 2017, 2018, and then we went 2019. And then obviously things, the world turned upside down in 2019 in the office over there. And but hey, bigger and better things are coming ahead, and we all know that. And we got to do a lot of great things. We got to do events. You were my right-hand person on my team with Stedman Graham. We did the event with Stedman, and we did a few other little events that we worked on. But the point of what I want to do is I just want to reach out, and I want to be able to show the vast amount of network of people that I have that I do business with, and not only that I do business with, that we network together. So Zaida, give people a little background on you. You'll see on the banner on the bottom. I talk about how you're a real estate investor, you're an entrepreneur. That's your spirit that you have. And you're known as the Latina CEO. So go ahead and give us a little background and tell us what you're doing these days. Zaida, are you there? Did you freeze up on us? I see you. Zaida froze up on us. All right. We lost her. We have a still image of her. All right, well, she's trying to figure it out. We're just going to just dive right into it. So Zaida's been doing real estate investment. We lost her, so we're going to get her back on. She must be in a bad area. She's been doing real estate investments for some time now. She's been looking at wholesale properties. She's got a partner in crime, her cousin, Cynthia. She's a doll, and not only that, she's off the hook. When we all get together, it's a lot of fun. And so she's been doing that. We woke up her entrepreneur spirit. She just got really excited about, wanting to learn business and wanted to become a part of that that top percent, business people. So let me see if we can get her back on. I see we got my boy Tony B in the house. We got Carmen Milagro in the house. Yeah, she's a guinea pig. All right, let's see. All right. Anyway, so while she's trying to figure it out, we'll get her back on board. Let's see. We're on solo. We'll figure it out. But this week I'll talk about kind of the things that I've been working on this week. I got a whole list of people that I'm going to be bringing on board as guests. We got my friend Miles Kovac from Dub Magazine. We got my business partner from back in the day when I started in the nightclub business down in Southern California, my boy John Pena. We got one of my college buddies, is still one of my good friends today, Peter Mayaldo, that's going to be on the show. I reached out to Nancy Rosales, who's going to be on my show. I got my good friend and mentor, Marshall Jones, is going to be on the show. I just confirmed last week Stedman Graham is going to be on my show, so I'm very excited about that as well. And Zaida's back, but she doesn't have her webcam on. Let's see. I'm definitely going to be bringing out a variety of people. I got some DJs that I'm going to be bringing on board. We got Roger Morehouse. I'm going to be inviting Billy Vidal, good friend of mine in the nightclub industry. He's a current program director for Q102 in San Francisco. So I'm very excited that now we're going to actually we're going to grow some legs on this show. And we're going to definitely start to pick up the pace and start to really take it to the next level. So I'm very excited about all of this. Let's see. We got some people that we're working that, we're going to be doing some business with as well. So just a lot of great opportunities that are going to be coming our way. So, and for me, it's just exciting because I get to share the network and I get to share the opportunities with people. So again, we're looking forward to all of this. Let's see what's going on here. Come on. We're going to have to call her. We're going to have to do this old school style here. Be like, boom. I'm going to call her out. See, this is what happens when you do stuff live. And then now you learn to appreciate the team when you're doing production. So we're going to call her. We're going to put her on speakerphone. How funny. There we go. There we go. Hey, you're back.
Let me tell you.
Hey, you should be embarrassed of yourself right now. We already talked about you. The interview is over.
No.
So anyway, I just gave a little background. I talked about the people that we're going to be bringing onto the show, and very excited about it. And again, sorry that you're going through your little technical difficulties there, but
yeah,
that's what happened. So hang up the other. Hold on, let me kick this
one.
All right, now we're good. Okay, good. Lower your camera. There you go. Boom.
Boom.
Hey, now we got to. All right, we're ready. All right.
Vámonos,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Dale gas. Vámonos. So, Zaida, I talked about, one, it was just reiterated kind of what we've done. Mm-hmm. The fact that you woke up your entrepreneur spirit, but give the people out there a little background of what you've done and your roots and all that. And then we're in no rush. Normally I'm off by 7:30, but I told you we're gonna have fun, and I really want to talk to people and really get people involved here. So go for it. Give us a little background about you.
Well, before we go in, I'm trying to see how I could stream it to my Facebook, because I have people wanting to.
So just go to my page really quick. Go to my Facebook page.
Okay.
Mauricio the Great Mejia. And then what you'll do is you'll see on my link, you'll probably see us live. Just share that one. Go to the bottom and share it to your page. While you're figuring that out, I want to say a couple shout outs. My boy Billy Vidal just jumped on. Hey Billy, I just confirmed you're gonna be on my show. I'll send you the dates. We got my boy Facento Boss in the house. What's up, my brother?
Hey.
Latinos representing. That's what I'm talking about. We got actually I'm working with this new cat I just met on the phone. James Moore, you're on here. Great that you're following, man. Thank you very much. And let's see. All right. You're good?
Almost, ya mero.
Ya mero, ya mero, mero.
Yeah, mero. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to have another technical issue.
Hey, exactly. We don't only have problems here, but we have problems even when we go out, huh? Like something always pops up, huh? Oh my
Something
God.
always has to go.
That's just too funny.
I think we're good.
All right, we're good. So let's start up. People will jump on board. Let me look at my Facebook. Let's see. We should be good. I don't want to be playing too much with this because then it's gonna.
Yeah.
But I think you're good. And people are already. All right. Yeah, people are chatting with you already, huh? They're sending you messages.
Yeah. That's what happened, man. That's what happened.
All right, cool. So we're good. I think on mine it's already refreshed, and on yours, I'll check your page. But go for it. Start talking and start giving people a background on what you are, and let's.
So basically, born and raised San Jose, Mexican parents from Jalisco. Super proud of my roots. Have a big family and hard workers. So, we definitely have that work ethic that's been drilled in us from before we could even walk. And also, service has been really big in my family. We grew up going to church. We grew up volunteering. I've always been really active in the Latino community. So grew up East Side San Jose, moved to the South Side San Jose, had a little bit of a culture shock. And it was interesting. So going through high school, I think really activism just woke up inside of me, leadership. And I learned a lot, with girl empowerment and Latina empowerment. And I started working for the city of San Jose, actually, when I was 15 years old. As a peer educator.
They like to exploit children, huh? All right. Wow. I didn't know the city of San Jose was like that. Okay.
So from a really young age, I was an educator. So,
okay.
I was trained to go do public speaking to my peers. And that particular organization was sponsored by anti-tobacco and alcohol prevention. So, I started doing that at 16 years old, got involved in Youth City Council, Youth Commission, and that began my whole journey in local politics and education as well. So from a really young age, I knew that I had an educational spirit. I had an entrepreneurship spirit. I never really worked for anybody other than either school districts. I would do maybe some secretarial work for uncles or aunts. And that's pretty much what I did growing up. But, I was always a subcontractor because my family is really all about music and education and giving back to the community. So we started nonprofits to provide musical education to the community and to underprivileged minority groups. We work a lot in urban type of cities, East Side, San Jose,
East Side, yeah.
East Palo Alto, that type of environment. And from there, that's pretty much what I was really well known for a long time, was just my participation and my experience in music, in bilingual music and in the Latino community. And
by the end of the interview, we're going to have you singing some mariachi for us.
Some rancheras.
Some rancheras. Seriously, you have an amazing voice.
Thank you.
And I know that you've made a big impact in the community. I know that you've taught a lot of younger children not only the music, but one of your specialties was the mariachis and the young children mariachis. You also worked with me when we did the Cesar Chavez breakfast. Yep. I think we did it 2 years together. You brought in the mariachis for both of them, and it's just amazing to see the talent. And for me, I always love to see Latinos and Latinas and just all the world come together. But it's really impressive to see when we have Latinos, young Latinos, come with that passion and that strength and that just that las ganas, you know, and I think that's really what we're known for. It's just in our culture, you know, and we tenemos ganas, and we want more in our lives. We want better in our lives. So that's why I think that that's why we gravitate to each other, and we there's such synergies there to want to work together. So
right.
So yeah,
Right.
so continue.
So
So share with us. Yeah. So
really,
talk to us about your brother.
that's really what my background is in for the past almost 20 years until, you know, a few years ago. You remember when I just really, I mean, I've had an interest in real estate and investment and finance for quite a while, but I never really took off because there was always that gravitation to the education and to the community, and that sense of fulfillment that I would get when I would see these students of mine come up to me and, you know, just tell me how much I had helped them through a really difficult time. I mean, that's really the feeling of being fulfilled and having a purpose. I just couldn't let go of that. But I knew that I had to do something to create wealth and a legacy more than anything, because I'm a single mom. So my story. I got really sick a few years ago, and that was a big wake-up call for me because I don't have assets. If anything was to happen to me, I wanted to leave something, you know, behind for my son, and something for myself, to make a stamp on the world and say, you know, this is what I'm leaving behind for my legacy.
Yeah.
And so
and you have an amazing son, Junior. How old is Junior?
He's 11.
11.
He's
well,
11.
He's 11 going on 21. He's an amazing boy. And, you know, I've seen him for the last 3 years. So I met him when he was 8 or 7 going to 8. And then to see where he's at today, it's amazing to see his growth. I think that it's important to understand that. So I come from a single mom as well. And I know that my mother worked very hard to make sure that she put a roof over my mom, my sister, and my head, and made sure that there was food on the table. And I also know what it's like to go to bed hungry. And I've shared my story with others. I mean, I've gone from, with my mom and my sister being homeless to having, you know, a small apartment in Southern California infested with roaches and, you know, just the craziness. And what it did for me, though, it gave me the fuel to want more in my life. I grew up in the barrios of Los Angeles. I grew up in Highland Park. And I got to see a lot of craziness. And I made a decision at a very young age that I knew I wanted to have more in my life. Exactly. And that is what drives me to go to the next level and to continue to do the things that I want to do today. And that's what allowed me to rise to the top. And when you look at your life and you look at what is it that is important to you, or what is the fuel, aside from your son, I believe, what is the fuel that's really giving you that drive? I mean, and I know you shared a little bit with us, but what's the fuel for you? You know,
it's really multifaceted because, in doing this and in doing more of like a self-development and wealth development and, pivoting your career and all of these changes that I've gone into through this few years, actually, it hasn't been too long.
Are you saying that my coaching has worked then? Is that what you're saying? My coaching, my mentoring has worked.
Hard Knocks by Mauricio.
Well, and you know for a fact, and you've seen it. I don't play around in the office when it comes to business. I'm very, I'm do what you say you're going to do, deliver what you're going to deliver.
And bring value.
And bring value to the table, and don't just take, but give back. We've had, you got to see a lot of different people come through the office, and you saw the peaks, the highs, the peaks, the lows, and then the turbulence, and then
the reality, really. I mean, entrepreneurship is not a straight line to success, and I mean it can be an adventure, really. That's kind of what I sort of started a little compilation of the Latina Entrepreneur Chronicles, just as a single mom, as a woman, as a Latina, entrepreneurship, changing gears completely, going from education to real estate. It's been an adventure, really. But, going back to the motivation, everybody talks about your why. What is your why? And in reality, your why will be evolving. It's not going to be the same. You don't want it to be the same, right? You want it to grow. When I started, my why was building a legacy, leaving something behind for my child. Then the more I got into it, it was, creating generational wealth, not just leaving something behind, but leaving something behind that can be built and built and built into a generational, changing that generational cycle, really.
The past. Yeah, absolutely. The past. It's we want to break those patterns, and
Exactly.
you know what, you say something, and I think that one of the things that is very key and important that we share with everyone that's watching and that's going to watch. Remember that what we're doing today is going to be left behind. This is being recorded on Facebook and on YouTube, and I think it's important that the message that we say.
Right.
The power of association is a lot, and I think that was one of the things that I've taught people that come around me is that associate yourself. If you want to become a millionaire, you associate yourself with millionaires. If you want to be a successful business person, you associate yourself with successful business people. The other day or a couple weeks ago, I was crying. Not crying, but I was just bitching.
Again?
Yeah, no, I was just bitching and complaining about all these different problems that I have, and my friend said to me, Mauricio, you want to be in that billionaires club so bad, you want to play in the billionaires club so bad, then those are billionaire problems that you're having. And I said, well, and it was kind of like a pop, 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 right on my face. I was like, I got some of my own medicine back, and it's the truth. If I want to be at and play at that level, I have to accept and respect the responsibilities that come with playing at that level. So
right. Uh-oh.
Hey, really quick, I want to give a shout out to Damien Trujillo. He must be your guest because I know he's not following me for this.
Yeah, he actually gave me some really good tips. Thank you.
Good. Damien Trujillo in the house. Comunidad del Valle. I'm gonna plug your show since you've taken care of so much with us. But yeah, it's your associations. It's who you surround yourself with. You will become. The other day we were talking about some problems, and there's problems on every level. There's problems that people that are in poverty, poor mindsets, or that they continue that cycle. There's problems that are people that are the middle class, I guess what they called it, and then the upper class, the different classes that they call it. There's always going to be problems, no matter what. Right now, we're going through a global problem, and it's really equalized a lot of people. And for those that are out there that are just kind of sleeping in and kind of taking this not too serious, they're the ones that are going to get behind when the economy, the world reopens. Because right now, you, myself, and all our other business associates, our network of people that are on it, that want it, that are really just going after it. It's like giving you the example, like you're running and you have some rubber bands on you and there's holding you back. But the minute that they let go of that rubber band, boom, you're going.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to go. And that's what you're doing. I've seen you. I know that you've been grinding. You've been grinding for the last 3 years that I've been watching your growth from the minute that you came in and we put together your company to see where you're at. I've been following you. I've been watching what you're doing. You've been consistent, and that's another part. Consistency will allow you to build. And then when you have those little bumps, your consistency, that exercise that you put your mind through, will allow you to continue to grow and elevate and go to the next level. So again, you've been doing an amazing job of that. You've been consistent. So share with us right now, because I've seen you've got a couple of projects and you're not playing small money. You're already broke the $1 million.
Big,
Yeah, well, if you think small, you're not hanging out with me, and you know that for a fact. Hey, you can't hang out. You can't sit at my table if you're thinking small, and you know that. And I say that with a lot of love and respect because I got that for you. But you know that I push people to their limits and beyond. So share with us, the projects, and give us a dollar amount that you're trying to play in the arena, so that way we can understand. And people that are out here, they'll get inspired. We have Miriam Cruz, amazing woman that I met not too long ago at a friend's. Yeah, I met her at a mixer for Chandra and Shireen. Okay. Shireen's
powerhouse women. Yeah.
Well, powerhouse women. So, what give us, set your standard for us. Tell us what's up. I mean, Latina CEO, what's up?
Latina CEO. Well, it's been a journey the whole time, from realizing from having the vision, having the idea, having the big wake up, so to speak. From there, just exposing myself, like you said, your network really is your net worth, just putting yourself out there and connecting with different people. And 100% the whole time with me is always transparency. For me, authenticity is everything. Authenticity equals longevity. I never try to be something that I'm not or portray something that I'm not. Of course.
You're gonna fire me up right now. I'm like,
yeah, vámonos.
You fired up.
Yeah, I mean, I know where I am. I know what I've done, and I know what I'm capable of, and I know what my vision is for myself and my story and my legacy. I know where I'm gonna be and where I want to be. Of course, you take what comes at you and opportunities, and you pivot. And so right now, really, I'm in the real estate investment game. I guess you can call it a game.
Yeah.
If you believe in, the Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's a game. Yeah. You got to look at it as a game.
It's we're playing the real life game, the game of real life.
Yeah.
and that's what this is about. And we're real players, and that's just the way it is. People that there's always the people that talk, and there's the people that actually do. Exactly. And that's what makes the difference here is that the talkers just talk. There's what I call the wantrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of wantrepreneurs come through our office. We saw them. They come in with these ideas. They say these big things, but they don't deliver. They don't say what they're going to do. They don't perform. They don't take action.
And
you're doing it.
Timing is a big thing. Sometimes, you know what you want, you see it, and there's always going to be these little fear factors that might hold you back. But, I mean, with me, every single step on the road, there's been intimidation because I'm out of my element. I'm used to, if I was in the education and local politics, okay, but when it comes to real estate, I know I'm at that place where I know that I have a lot to learn, and I'm always going to have a lot to learn in anything, really. You're always going to have a lot to learn, and you have to be in that humble state to either have a mentorship or make partnerships with people that can help you through that stumbling block that you might have, or just learn a certain process. Like right now in real estate, things are changing. Things are going to be changing, and things are going to be way different in about 6 months, 8 months. So you have to know that you're going to be ready for that. And you have to know that you are going to have to learn some new skills in everything. I mean, a lot of people are doing it right now. We are becoming, really a internet community. All of us, people have to pivot their businesses. You have to know how to work Zoom. You have to know how, like this StreamYard, everything is changing. So, I mean, for real estate, I'm wholesaling, and I'm virtual wholesaling right now because it's really about, what markets are moving faster and what's going on in those markets. What can we do to have more access to deals and help people really out of their situations and that are going to be in a situation in about 8 to 9 months? Because
are you ready to be a millionaire?
I'm a millionaire in my mind. I'm already there. I'm just DNA.
Good answer. Good answer. I'm testing you right now. Let me ask you another question. Are you afraid?
I'm not afraid. Now I'm too fired up, and
you gave me chills.
I'm too fired up right now. I see the resources. I always promote having an abundance mindset.
Good.
I champion myself. I champion everybody else. Everybody's first one to roo-ha-ha, you did it. You got a check in the mail coming. Good. That motivates me. So, abundance mindset all the way. That's one big thing. Even on my Facebook, it's like abundance,
I know with you, I can ask you pointed questions like that because I know you and I know you're not afraid. And that's why I asked you, because I want the people to witness your answer. I want them to know that you're a millionaire already in your mindset. You're already playing in the millionaire's game. A millionaire doesn't mean that you have $1 million in your bank account. You're already playing with $1 million. You're playing with big dollars. Yep. That's a millionaire. That's a millionaire mindset. The fact that you're not afraid. I always tell people I'm on a show. I do a show with Carmen Milagro every Tuesday, and we're on our second week of doing the show. And one of the key factors that we've been pushing on that one is fear. Fear is, there's the acronym false evidence appearing real. There's all kinds of different ones, but fear will cripple anybody. And if I was afraid after losing all the millions of dollars that I did, I'll share the story right now too, really quick. Obviously you saw at 25, I made my first million, 28 multimillionaire, dominated the nightlife scene, lost everything, became homeless. Then I got my opportunity in 2004, built one of the largest staffing companies in California. This last year, we would have hit $100 million. My goal was to be in the Billionaires Boys Club by 2021. Obviously, with everything that's going on, there's the world has changed and is continuing to change. My business partners that I'm working with in real estate and real estate development and the big visions that we have. I want to build a $1 billion empire.
An empire.
I always tell empire, and I tell people it's not because I want to have the $1 billion in my account. It's I want to have the $1 billion access to be in that world where I can be able to make an impact on people and to share it with the world. For me, I already know what it costs for my cost of living. I'm a very simple person. Don't be fooled by the video games.
I was going to say, you look real simple back there on
that. Those came from the office. Those are storage until we move into our new office. But and that's what I like about you, Zaida. And I know your network. I know the people that you roll with. You roll with some players. I mean, you got a membership at the Battery Club. We need to start using that once social distancing slows down. We're gonna start hitting the Battery Club more often. But again, it's just amazing to see that you're not afraid, and that's why I love to have you by my side. We're
topic, though. Fear. It's just an illusion, really. So I mean, it's okay to have fear. You can't let that stop you, because once you face your fear and you overcome it, you come out on the other side, you don't have anything to worry about. You'll see that was false. That was not real. It was an illusion. I mean, we are limitless. We really are. It's all in your mind.
Yes. Yes. No, you're not preaching to the choir here. I'm the first person when I see anyone come into my space with that low energy, I snap people out because I can't have that energy. Yeah. And that in doing in real estate, when you come in, you close a deal. The way you close a deal is by people's energy. You gotta you gotta feel their energy. You gotta see where they're going, and if their energy's low, you gotta either turn up the heat on them so that they wake up, and you execute what your intention was to be there. What it was. So let's talk about some community stuff. I know that you mentioned you obviously at a young age you gave back to you were involved in community. What's your why or your philanthropic kind of goal or vision? What do you want to do? As you become successful, how do you pay forward?
So, I have this vision of Latina entrepreneurship, and I'm a single mom. My story is not just mine. It's a story of many women, many Latinas, many single moms out there. And if I can pay it forward in sharing my story, and not just sharing my story, but also giving the tools and resources that helped me create my legacy and my wealth and my happy life, then that's really going to be fulfilling for me. That's a purpose that I feel that I can bring and that I can fulfill. I've been there in the community. I've been there for my students. Love them to death. I'm always going to be involved some way with music and education. But this is a pivot. This is definitely a pivot. And, I know that this is going to be my purpose. And this is just my journey to get to that place where, I can have a platform and share my story with many of the women that are going through the same thing that have gone, just like your mom, and have somebody also to kind of, I'm going to be that person to kind of pave the way and provide those tools and resources that work for me.
Good. Well, I'm excited, and I look forward to ending this year strong. I know that we started the year strong, and then I don't know what the frick happened here, but we hit a bump in the road. And we're going now on this Friday will be 7 weeks of being quarantined. I know I've escaped a couple of times. You can see the tan on me. Like I was out on the.
See that.
I was look. You can
Vitamin D. Vitamin
you can
D.
see it. Yeah, you can see the tan. Yeah, no, it was crazy. I was out on the boat on Saturday, and we're I can't wait till we all get back together. We bring back Cynthia, we bring back Renisha, we bring back the crew. We get Nancy, we get the whole crew back. Yeah, the cheers crew. I mean, I'm just excited that I can't wait to just see everyone come back out and we go back to some normalcy. But at the same time, I think that we're learning so much right now that the opportunities are going to keep us so busy that when we do see each other, we're going to value that time together. I know that.
Well said.
Yeah, we're going to really value it. I mean, I know right now we're valuing the time with our families, our children, and all that good stuff. I think that once we break loose out of all this, I think the world is definitely we're gonna look at it with a much more of appreciation. I think that. I think that right now humanity is really coming back. It's a trip. You've been here to my place. There's I can hear the birds. It's crazy. I can see a hawk flying. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy stuff.
I know it's so funny because the other day I was out and we have a fountain in the backyard and I heard a frog. I was like, what? Where has there been frogs out here? That was new to me. It's like. It's just nature in itself is having a chance to kind of bounce back. And like you said, we're appreciating our relationships right now. We're really appreciating it. And, I was having a Zoom with some of my girlfriends a few weeks ago. And it was, one of those things where it's like, it's so easy to live your life and go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next and think, I have no time. And put off get-togethers or put off, family, get-togethers and now we're really hungry for that personal interaction. And now when we have those opportunities, I'm not going to say, I didn't have a chance or, let's reschedule.
I think if anything too is teaching this younger generation. I have a good friend of mine. He's a good mentor of mine too, very savvy in business. And he calls this younger generation the TMZ generation, which means that every time they went out to the clubs, the bars, or everywhere, they always had their phone and they're Snapchatting and they're missing the connection, the personal connection with people. When we used to go to the clubs and the bars and hang out or the restaurants, we're not at the table playing with our phones. We're interacting with one another. And I think this has been able to crack that shell so that children and the younger generation understand that look at me in the eyes when you talk to me, shake my hand, have that personal community. Don't be so distracted, slow down. And I think what's going to happen now is that we're going to see a much more, this little small blip that just kind of happened is going to create that the ripple effects that that will keep continuing to move forward. We'll see those effects. Those effects later on. So, again, I'm glad that you made the time today. I know it was kind of last minute. I know I said, jokingly, you're the guinea pig, but Zaida, I love you. I knew you were going to be a good team sport. I also I thought it would be a great opportunity to kick off the show with a strong Latina woman, a strong woman, period. I don't like to put labels on people. I think all lives matter. I think all people matter. And I think that, but it's just un orgullo, me da, I'm very proud that today for my first show, you're really the first interviewee that I've had. Ciao. Vámonos. So again, I cannot wait till we all get back together, till we reunite and we celebrate together. We pop bottles of champagne because we're all living the life that we're designing, not the people are designing for us.
Keeping the vision. 2020 is the year of vision. So now we have to refocus. And get that vision right and hold on to it and keep moving forward.
If you we're gonna wind it down. Give us your last words. Get what people that are out there, they're gonna watch this, either gonna replay this or watch it later on. give what would you tell? Let's start with women. Women that you talk about wanting to empower women. What would be your message to them, and also to men? What would be your message to men as well? And then so let's go your vision to women, your vision to men, and then to the business world, the entrepreneurs out there. So go ahead.
So really, the vision is going to be pretty much the same, especially during this time. It's make use of this time. Make use of this time. Learn a new skill, educate yourself, do the things that you've been putting off because you just couldn't get around to it or you didn't have the time. If you wanted to study real estate and go get that real estate license, now is the time. Go study, learn a new skill, read some books. And there's so much right now. So many mentors are offering such amazing resources to educate yourself on how to make more money from home, how to get in the game of real estate investing. Just put yourself out there and take advantage of what's out there, especially right now. And that's for entrepreneurship. That's for men, for women. If you wanted to know, how to approach a woman that's strong, you have to put yourself kind of out there and you have to listen to who's the experts, go study. Right. I'm a student of life, and the way I approach everything is if I can teach it, then I've learned it. Wow. And they say knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is power. So go educate yourself and go act on that education.
Well said. Well said. I always, my 3 words, decide, commit, execute. A decision and a commitment together without execution is null and void. So for me, it's, a plan with action is a real plan. A plan with no action, all you're doing is just continuing. Yeah, it's just an idea and you're just talking. So, well, I'm very excited. I appreciate you taking the time away from your son and your family to join me. And your cold calling. Yeah, you got 18 more minutes till 8 o'clock because normally the rule is after 8. But whatever.
Yeah, I call East Coast too, so I have my time blocked.
Right now, the rules don't apply, but. Yeah. Zaida, thank you very much for joining me this evening. I appreciate you. I value you. And I believe that you're one of those strong women, those strong Latina women that not only does what she says, but you deliver and you make a big impact. So thank you for joining me. And I look forward to catching up with you on when we get out of this quarantine, Vamos a ir a bailar una cumbia.
That's a great way to end the piece.
That's right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on, and I'm so excited to see all of the next episodes and your book. Also, I'm excited to read the book. I know the story, but
you've witnessed some of the new chapters for the new book. So we're working on that one. So. If people want to get a hold of you, they can look you up on Facebook's, on what your social medias is pretty much. What are your handles for your social media?
So you can follow me on Instagram at the Latina CEO. Also, I'm working on branding right now. So soon to come, the latinaceo.com. Nice. Also, Capital Prime Venture Inc. On Facebook. That's my real estate investment company. And if you want to know anything about real estate investing, or if you're an active investor, or you want to sell your home, I buy homes cash.
Damn. Cash. Well, Zaida, thank you again for joining us. And I will I'll follow up with you after the show. I'm going to wrap it up here, but thank you again. Have a wonderful evening. And I'll talk to you backstage in a few.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
So another evening. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight. Zaida Ramos in the house, amazing woman, and this is only the beginning. I'm only going to get better at all as my interviews come together. So thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. Mauricio Mejia live here from Silicon Valley, downtown San Jose. We do this every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Also, you can catch me every Tuesday with my partner in crime, Carmen Milagro. We're doing Confidence Strategies 101. And I let her take the charge on that one. It's a combo team. it's her perspective, my perspective, with one message, and that's all for all of us to move forward. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight. We went over 15 minutes over, but we had such an amazing conversation that I hope that tonight some of our nuggets were able to give you that inspiration, that motivation that you may have needed. So if you want to get a hold of me, you're more than welcome to send me a direct message. My cell phone number or my phone number is 415-254-6280. I'm very public. You can Google my name and you'll probably find my phone number. So you can send me an email. You can send me a message. I only take serious conversations. I'm not one that likes to waste my time. So make sure to really have a well thought out conversation if you feel that you want to reach out to me, if you're not afraid to reach out to me. So anyhow, guys, thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Good night, and God bless you. Be safe, and make sure that you quarantine properly and that you protect yourself. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.